Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here then hi, my name is Miss Paris and on my channel you can find tips, advice and information about teaching as well as following along with my own personal teaching journey. Today I'm going to be talking about a video that, I don't know, to me as an ECT it seems kind of fairly obvious, but loads of people are asking this on all kinds of different social media. So I thought, why not create a video that whenever I see this question, I can just send them this link, or if anyone out there has relatives or family friends that are applying for jobs and asking this question, wondering this question, you can just send them this video too. And this question is, where can I find teaching jobs? Just, you know, you're training, you are thinking now about applying for your first job, and you were like, well, where do I start? Is there a specific teaching website? Is it just on like normal Indeed? Do I need to go through, I don't know, some special like forum, or is there a platform for this? So I'm going to give you a list of different places that you can apply to these jobs, because some of you doing secondary will already maybe have secured these jobs because secondary jobs do come out a lot later. But for primary, they'll still be coming out fairly soon. If you don't have a job, please don't panic because it is only January. But yes, so let's get started. I think there's no particular site that is more popular than another. There is not one that's necessarily more effective at getting jobs or a quicker route. They are just ones that I think everyone should check out. Everyone should check out all of these different types of sites and keep looking at what is available. Because some schools might just put things on Indeed, some places might just do through another site, and so on and so forth. The first place, which seems like the most obvious one, is those generic job hunting sites. You've got Indeed, you've got reads.co.uk, I think it's called. All of those generic ones that if you just type in any type of job, they're the ones that come up. You know the one I mean? You know, you always see TV adverts for them. You could just Google primary school jobs in wherever your area, and then something like Indeed will pop up. That's absolutely fine. You can do that. I've done that plenty of times. That works, just like any ordinary job. And another thing I like about Indeed is that you can save, and so you actually will get an email kind of alert saying like, are you ready to apply for this job, in case you forget or one day you see it at a really late point in the day and it's not the time to suddenly start applying and writing a whole personal statement. So that's a really handy feature that I like about it. We also have test.co.uk. They have, well, they're actually a great website because there's like a section for teaching resources and there's a section for jobs, and they've also got like blog articles, so there's loads of teacher related content on there, including jobs. Now for jobs you can just search by area, you can search by kind of like age group. They also, which obviously interests some people, they also have international vacancies. So I've seen loads of ECTs want to do their ECT induction in Kuwait, I hope that's how you say it, or Dubai. That's a great place to look for those. Whereas if you look for teaching jobs in Dubai, for example, on Indeed, you might come up with loads of tutoring jobs or teaching English as a foreign language, rather than being like a set primary school teacher or a set secondary school teacher. So that is a really good advantage of tests. Another one, and this does depend on where you're based, but often they will show teaching vacancies through just your local council website. So for Dorset and in Hampshire, they've just got their generic council website, and then it will have a little section that says like work for us and jobs. So obviously you get all those jobs that are related to the council, so you'll have you know, working for the actual council, or you'll have education sector and care sector as well. So I've seen plenty of jobs on my like Dorset Council one, and I've applied through there. One thing that I would bear in mind, which, oh my goodness, when you go through loads of applications, it can be an absolute pain, just being honest, but through different websites you'll get different ways to apply. So for example, when I was applying through the Dorset Council, they had one where you had to put every single individual grade of every single qualification, and rather than just being like a copy and paste job from an old CV or a personal statement and just putting it in your grades, because obviously they don't change, it was very, very time consuming, and sometimes that actually put me off applying to be completely honest. So do try and look at different websites. If you see a vacancy for X school, have a look if they're also available on TES, because sometimes TES is just a matter of answering a few questions, uploading your CV and your personal statement, and then that's done. Whereas on that council website, it's a very long process of, you know, filling in every single box. So that's just something to bear in mind. And you know, I'm doing that thing where I go on tangents based on things that pop into my head, but there you go. Every single little bit of knowledge helps, hopefully. So yes, you've got generic job websites, you've got TES, you've got your Dorset Council. Another way that you can find a job is through teacher recruitment fairs. Now these might be rarer since COVID. They also might be rarer depending on where you're based. You know, London, they might be very popular, whereas somewhere in the countryside or a little town, you probably won't get them. But this is where loads of different places, sometimes agencies, well often agencies, will come and try and recruit teachers, you know, to fulfill their future job vacancies. These are also quite popular for international teaching jobs. So if that's something that interests you, definitely have a look. I think you can just Google teaching fairs near me, make sure you specify the year. And yeah, that's a really nice way to get to know people, maybe network for future. You never know. I mean, I personally haven't found that teaching is one of those it depends who you know jobs, but you never know. I can't say that for a fact. The next website you can find jobs is gov.uk. You know, they are basically in charge of all schools, and so they will say where vacancies are. So if you just type in gov.uk teaching vacancies, it will basically have, I don't know if you can see, yeah, I'll explain it to you. So it's got find teacher and school jobs near you. There's a section for keywords, and then there's a section for city, county, sorry, or postcode. So in the keywords you would put primary or secondary English, or you know, all those kind of little things, and then it will just pop up with what's available. So really easy, not much to say about it, but an easy place to find nationwide, especially if you're in a position where you might want to relocate or you don't mind relocating. This will definitely increase your chances of finding a position. And then the last place that you can find vacancies are through agencies. Now don't get me wrong, there are some great agencies, there are some rubbish agencies. There are some that have great terms and conditions in their contract, others that you just think, not too keen on that. Personally, my year 1 teaching job from April to July, and that counted as part of my NQT year, was found via an agency. And actually, I didn't realise this, but a lot of the vacancies that I'd been applying to in my area had around 90 candidates. So I didn't even get feedback on what I was doing, if I did anything wrong or if there was anything I could improve on. But then this interview, because the school was kind of rushed, so they went through an agency to fulfill the vacancy, there were only 4 candidates. Only 4 candidates, which if you compare 4 to 90, that really increases your chances. And of course there are pros and cons of working for an agency, but essentially it did get me a full term towards my NQT induction. I was able to be in the classroom, I was able to be, you know, a proper teacher, whereas before I was doing a PPA position. So I can't really criticize it really. And then with the same agency, which was actually teaching personnel, I also secured that SEN position, and now I'm in the same school as that SEN position, but as a class teacher. So, you know, I really just seized that opportunity, which was initially 2 weeks, but then became September to December, and then a teaching position. So agencies are, you know, a really good way of finding jobs, especially when they're a recruitment agency, because then they'll do their best to find you a job because it benefits them as well. It's just great if you have an extra set of eyes looking for you, because, you know, if you've got one really busy week, you might potentially miss a vacancy, and they will apply for you. So you kind of submit your CV, you submit your preferences. Do you want a 1-form school or a 2-form school? Would you mind private? Would you mind, you know, they ask all of those types of questions. And then you can write a little personal statement, and then they will contact the schools for you. You know, I have Miss Paris, she is blah 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 experience, she's done this, she's really looking into this is her experience, these are her qualifications. And so they might be looking for you, and they might potentially have an interview secured for you without you even looking, without even realising. And like I said, if you have busy weeks where you just haven't been able to look, but you feel the pressure is mounting, these are really good things to resort to. I personally, like I said, am with teaching personnel. I think they're very, very common, at least in my part of the country. And so far I have had no qualms with them. They've been absolutely brilliant. They're really good at communicating. If you ring their number and it's not the person that picks up, they leave a message or they might email, and they're absolutely great. So I have had bad experiences with a certain agency that I've never really publicly spoken about. But teaching personnel, I can't praise them enough. So if you would be interested in signing up for them, I do have a referral, which means, you know, no difference to you, but I do get some commission if you end up working several jobs with them, or several days or hours, I can't remember. But yes, just let me know in the comments if you'd like that, then I can get you set up with them. But I hope you enjoyed this video. By the way, that was in no way a sponsorship or an ad. I'm genuinely just recommending them as an extra set of eyes for you. But yes, if you enjoyed this video or you found it helpful, please don't forget to like, comment below if you know of any specific sites that you use to find a job, or if you preferred some websites over any others. And please don't forget to share this to anybody that it might be relevant to, and subscribe so that you can be notified next time I post a video. See you soon. Bye!